Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we turn boring business reports into your next big investing idea. Today we're diving into a filing from A.G.E.N.U.S. Incorporated, and let's just say their deal making is taking us on a bit of a bumpy ride with a few unexpected stops. Alright, so what we are looking at here is an 8K filing, which is basically a report for really important events that happen that shareholders need to know about right away. The big news is about AGENUS Incorporated and a deal they've been working on with Zydus Pharmaceuticals. This company, A.G.E.N.U.S. Incorporated, is a company based in Massachusetts, and they are traded on the NASDAQ Global Market under the ticker symbol AGEN. It seems like they are involved in some sort of manufacturing operations and have some intellectual property related to something called Bot-Bol. So back in June, A.G.E.N.U.S. announced they were doing a big deal with Zydus Pharmaceuticals. Under this deal, Zydus would buy some of A.G.E.N.U.S. manufacturing stuff. They would also buy a smaller portion, like a minority stake, in A.G.E.N.U.S. And to top it off, Zydus would get rights to use some important technology related to Bot-Bol in India and Sri Lanka. Sounds like a pretty comprehensive package for Zydus. Now, anytime a foreign company is buying significant assets or stakes in an American company, especially if it is related to manufacturing or important technology, the US government has to take a look. This is done through a group called C.F.I.U.S, which stands for the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. They make sure these deals do not pose any risks to national security, so A.G.E.N.U.S and Zydus already filed with C.F.I.U.S to start this review. Here is where things get a bit more complicated and potentially drawn out. On the 17th of September, C.F.I.U.S didn't just say, okay, approved. Instead, they asked AGENUS and Zydus to submit a full notice application. This usually means C.F.I.U.S wants a deeper dive into the deal. Asking for a full notice application is often a sign that they have some questions or concerns they need to address. It is not necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely adds time and complexity to the process. Because they now have to go through this more thorough review with C.F.I.U.S. The closing date for this whole deal has been pushed back. It was originally expected to wrap up earlier, but now they are anticipating it will close sometime in the fourth quarter of 2025. This means the money and the ownership changes 1T happen as quickly as planned. For AGENUS, this could impact their cash flow and their plans for using the proceeds from this sale. They will have to wait longer to get that influx of cash and to finalize the changes to their structure. Now, let's briefly touch on the company itself. They have common stock that trades on the NASDAQ. The company structure shows they are incorporated in Delaware. They also have an IRS employer identification number. The principal executive offices are located in Lexington, Massachusetts. The phone number is listed as 781-674-4400. These are standard details you find in these reports. For those who want all the nitty-gritty details about the asset purchase agreement and the stock purchase agreement, they can refer to a previous Form 8K filing from the 4th of June 2025. This report is just updating us on the timing and the C.F.I.U.S process progression. The report is signed by Garo H. Arman, who is the chairman and CEO of AGENUS Incorporated. The date of the signing is the 23rd of September 2025. So, what do we make of this? This filing is essentially an update on a major transaction and a regulatory hurdle. The fact that C.F.I.U.S requested a more detailed review suggests that the deal, while likely to happen, is going to take longer and might involve further scrutiny. For investors in AGENUS, this means continued uncertainty for a bit longer regarding the timing of the cash inflow and the restructuring of the company. The delay itself isn't a deal breaker, but it's a sign to remain patient and understand that regulatory approvals can be unpredictable. It makes you wonder what exactly about manufacturing operations or the Bot-Bol intellectual property raised C.F.I.U.S.'s interest for a deeper look. It's not uncommon, but it's always a point to watch. Alright, that is our breakdown of AGENUS Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these developments and what they signal for the company? Future, do you think the C.F.I.U.S review will cause more delays or major changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribing ensures you do not miss our next deep dive. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description, where we discuss these filings and more. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Corporate Decoder.